I am the architect of my own purse. What I save before I spend is the foundation. What I spend before I save is the leak. And no fortune ever built itself on a leak. By the end of this video, you will know the first of 7 ancient cures for an empty purse. The cure written almost a century ago and based on a wisdom 4,000 years old. You will understand exactly why this first cure must come before all others. You will learn the precise daily and monthly practice to apply it, and you will leave with a 1-month experiment to begin tonight. Stay with me, because everything in your financial life rests on whether this first cure is in place or not. In 1926, an American businessman named George Clason published a small book that has quietly built more fortunes than almost any other book in modern history. It is called The Richest Man in Babylon, and inside that book, Clason described what he called the 7 cures for a lean purse. 7 structural practices drawn from the wisdom of ancient Babylon that any person in any era could apply to transform an empty purse into a heavy one. We are not going to cover all 7 today. The first cure is so foundational, so universally violated, and so misunderstood that it deserves an entire teaching on its own. Because if the first cure is not in place, the other 6 cannot help you. They have nothing to act upon. They are tools without raw material. The first cure is this: start thy purse to fattening. The instruction sounds simple, almost too simple to take seriously, but the precision behind it is what almost nobody catches. Clason did not say, save money. He did not say, budget better. He did not say, cut expenses. He used a deliberate phrase, start thy purse to fattening. He chose the word fattening because a purse, like a body, must be fed before it can grow. The fattening is the active addition of weight to the purse, deliberately, consistently, before any other obligation is met. And here is the precise rule Clason gave. For every 10 coins you put into your purse, take out only 9 for your needs. Let the 10th coin remain, hide it away, treat it as if it does not exist. Let it accumulate, and do this without fail every time coins enter your purse, from this day forward until the practice becomes who you are. 10%, the same proportion the Babylonians had identified 4,000 years earlier. The same proportion every wisdom tradition independently arrived at. The same proportion you have probably heard about your entire adult life and probably never installed as a non-negotiable structure. Now let me explain why this first cure matters more than every other piece of financial advice you have ever received. Most people approach money in exactly the wrong order. The income arrives, the bills are paid, the food is bought, the wants are satisfied. The small pleasures are taken, and then, at the end of the month, whatever has not been spent is what gets saved. If anything has not been spent, which, for most people, it has not. This sequence guarantees failure. Not because the people are weak, because the sequence itself is broken. You cannot save what is left after everyone else has taken their share. There is never anything left. The world is structured to absorb every dollar that passes through your hands, and the only way to keep any of it is to remove the portion you are keeping before the absorption begins. The first cure reverses the sequence. The 10th coin is taken first, not last. It is taken the moment income arrives, before bills, before food, before pleasures, before anything. It is removed from the flow before the flow has a chance to take it. And once removed, it is sacred. It is not for emergencies. It is not for opportunities. It is not for purchases. It is for fattening the purse. That is its only function. Listen carefully to what Clason wrote, because his exact words carry the discipline of the rule. He said, "The gold thou hast saved is thy slave. The gold thou hast spent is gone forever." Read that twice. The gold you have saved is your slave, working for you. The gold you have spent is gone forever, working for someone else. Every coin you allow to leave your purse without first taking the 10th is a coin that will never return, and that will never produce another coin for you. The 10th coin, on the other hand, becomes the seed of every future coin. It earns, it compounds, it multiplies. It builds a purse so heavy that one day, the 10th coin from your purse will be a larger sum than the entire income you live on today. This is not a metaphor. This is the mathematical reality of compound accumulation, which Albert Einstein once called the most powerful force in the universe. The 10th coin is the first input into that force. Now let me address the objection almost everyone raises at this point. The objection is, I cannot afford to save 10%. My expenses already exceed my income. There is nothing left to save. Clason addressed this objection directly in his book. His answer was uncompromising. If you cannot afford to save 10%, you cannot afford 100% of what you currently spend. You are already spending more than you can sustain. The 10% you say you cannot afford is the only portion of your income that is actually yours. Everything else is already owed to someone who is not you. The bills owe it. The merchants own it. The lifestyle owns it. Only the 10th coin is truly yours, and only because you removed it before anyone else could claim it. He went further. He said, "The man who refuses to set aside the 10th coin will always serve the men who do." This is not bitter. It is structural. The men and women who keep the 10th coin accumulate the capital that the rest of the world must borrow, rent, and pay to access. Those who do not save become permanent customers of those who do. The choice is made every paycheck. Here is how you apply the first cure starting tonight. Open a separate account. Not a savings account at the same bank where you can see it and feel tempted. A separate account, ideally at a different institution, where the money is slightly inconvenient to access. This account has one purpose only. It holds the 10th coin. It is the seed account. It is the fattening purse. It does not exist for anything else, ever. When your next paycheck arrives, before any other transaction, you transfer 10% of the gross amount into this seed account. 10% of the full amount, not what is left after taxes. The exact percentage matters. The exact sequence matters. The exact discipline matters. If your check is $3,300 goes to the seed. If your check is $5,500 goes. If your check is $880 goes. The amount adjusts. The percentage does not. 10% every time, without exception, before anything else. Then, and only then, do you handle the rest. Bills, food, life, all of it. Whatever is left after the seed is taken becomes the working capital for the rest of the month. And if there is not enough to cover what you previously spent, that is the signal that you have been living above your sustainable level. And the first cure is now correcting the misalignment. Do this for 1 month. Just 1 month. The first month is the hardest. The seed account will feel uncomfortable to fund. You will be tempted to skip a paycheck or reduce the percentage or borrow back from the seed. Do not. The discipline is the entire point. The amount is secondary. The act of removing the 10th coin first, every time, without exception, is what builds the new identity. That identity is what will compound. The money is what will follow. By the end of 1 month, the seed account holds something. Maybe $100, maybe $1,000. The amount is not what matters. What matters is that you are now a person who fattens his purse before he feeds the world. You are now a person who keeps the 10th coin. You are now the kind of person Clason described as walking the path the wealthy walk. And once you walk that path for 1 month, you walk it for the next, and the next. And in 5 years, the seed account will be a quiet source of stability that the rest of your life now rests upon. The first Babylon cure is not glamorous. It is not exciting. It does not promise fast wealth or sudden transformation. It promises something far more rare. It promises the foundation. And every fortune that has ever lasted was built on this exact foundation, by people who had the discipline to take the 10th coin first every time for as long as they lived. Begin tonight. Open the account, decide the amount, take the 10th coin from your next paycheck before anything else is touched, and let the fattening begin. If this reached you, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe. Drop a comment, tell me what shifted. This is only the beginning.